I found Amos Wilson on YouTube. Just just scrolling through stuff, looking through stuff, because professionally, as a leadership psychology specialist and a healer, um, I'm always looking, and especially with my psychology background, I was probably searching Black psychology, and I came across him, right? And when I listened to, I remember the very first lecture I listened to was the psychology of Black liberation, and it blew my mind on so many different levels because the things that he was saying um, were so clear, so astonishing, so well thought out. I said to myself, like, "Wow, who is this man?" And I bet he's not alive anymore because the things that he's saying are so powerfully truthful that I bet someone took him out because this is just like way, way, way too true. Now, let me back up a little bit to say that being born in Chicago and living in Chicago until I was 17, I moved to Brooklyn when I was well, let me see. I was born in Chicago, left there at 17, came to Brooklyn at 17, and I lived in Fort Greene, and I also lived in Clinton Hills. So, if you know anything about the Black movements at that time, the East had been around. There was the Slave Theater, the Black Lady Theater. There was Dr. Ben. There was Marimba Ani. There was Ivan Van Sertima. Like all of these heavyweights and giants were all over Brooklyn. So even though I didn't attend any of these gatherings, I'd be walking past the Slave Theater and I'd hear conversations. I'd see flyers. I'd be, again, it was almost like, the 60s and 70s in Chicago. I was being massaged with all of this information. So again, compress that into this timeline of where I got something burning in my heart, but I don't know what direction to put it in, right? Once I got my 2 degrees in psychology and once I had, done all this study in healing and the martial arts and stuff like that, the universe or the ancestors led me to Amos. And when I found Amos, that was like the key that started the car. And it was like, oh man. And I was like, how come I never heard of Amos before? And, and I think you might have said this in one of our Kimbunga meetings. Like, I think I remember one time I came in, I said I was late. And it might have been you or Singhor. It might have been you who said, you're not late. You right on time. You right here where you're supposed to be. Right. And so even though I came to Amos late, it was on time to start the ignition that pulled all of my skills and all of my experiences in a very clear path so that like I am laser focused and on track.